Hello, aspirants. Welcome to IAS Mentorship. I welcome you all to the prelims exclusive lecture made for you all, which will help you a lot in your upcoming prelims examinations. And talking about this session is the continuation of the science lecture which we have been uploading. Till last one, we have uploaded till 4 lectures, if you remember, and in that 4 lectures, we have covered biotechnology and information and communication technology also we have covered. We have also covered space technology, right? Remember? And so this will be your science and technology. This will be last session for your science technology. And in this lecture, I will be covering each one of the topics holistically. Okay? I hope it is clear to you till this point. We have covered, I am repeating again, we have covered biotechnology, we have covered ICT, we have covered space technology. And in this lecture number 5, we will be covering whole of your science and technology remaining parts, including diseases, exercises, etc. Clear? I hope you are watching the lectures regularly. Keep giving us the feedback how you are liking it so that we can make the improvements accordingly. So, with this, let us start our lecture. And I hope that you are now able to understand what all topics are important for you for the prelims examinations. And yes, we will be providing you with the PDF. PDF will be linked below in the comment section or in the description box. But that PDF will be available only after the streaming. Clear? Fine. Let us move ahead with our topic number 1, that is your health and diseases. We will be talking. First section is your health and diseases. What all diseases are in the news and what all remedies have been bought by some international organizations that we will be looking into. Starting with the first one, that is your mud crab reovirus. Okay. Basically, mud crab reovirus are those type of diseases, and those belongs to your reovirdi family. It's a family. Clear? Basically, this type of disease is causing mass mortality of wild crabs. You can see all the crabs are died here because of this disease. And this virus is causing a mass death of your crabs. Basically, it is also known as sleeping disease. It can also be important question. And what type of infection they are giving? They are directly infecting the connective tissue of pancreas, intestine, and gills of the crabs. Clear? Now let us understand what are crabs. Basically, wild crabs are, also the other scientific name is Sala serrata. You can see. They are ecologically very important. They are found in estuaries, mangroves of Africa, Asia, Australasia. And the shell color of the your crab varies from deep malted green to dark brown. These all colors can be seen in the crab. Here you can see here that these crabs are being taken off from the estuary because they have been died because of that mud crab reovirus basically. So that the question can come that reovirus was in news recently. So consider the following statements, and statements can come related to your wild crab. Fine, let us move ahead with the next part, that is your for the first time in the human's body, a pig heart has been transplanted. Clear? It's a very magical discovery. We can see magical invention, whatever you can say, but it's very important for you now to understand that a human with a pig heart can also live now. Okay? So this process of transferring some organs from the animal body to human body is known as xenotransplantation, from animals to humans. Okay. In 1984, baby Faye, a dying infant, lived 21 days with a baboon heart. In that little baby, baboon's heart was transplanted, and because of that, her life got extended to 21 years, 21 days more. How this animal's how this animal to human transplantation was different. Basically, what here surgeons have done, they have taken a heart from the pig and they have undergone gene editing to remove sugar in itself. Okay, from they have removed sugar from the pig's heart that is responsible for hyperfast organ rejection. Basically, they have taken the heart from the pig, they have made some changes that can be adapted to the human's body, and then it has been transplanted. So xenotransplantation is very important term, can be asked in your prelims examinations. Why we have taken pigs? Basically, why we have chosen pig? Because they are easier to raise. They reach maturation faster and achieve human adult size in just 6 months. Basically, they are very good in adaptability. That's why we have taken. Fine. Let us move ahead with the next topic, that is your neocove. Basically, it's a bat coronavirus. Clear? It was discovered in 2011 and it is discovered in the Neomyrica species of bat. Remember it. Okay? And for the first time, where it was discovered? Saudi Arabia. And also remember that SARS-CoV-2, which is responsible for the coronavirus, is COVID. This is different from NeoCov. Clear? Basically, it is 85% similar to Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, MERS-CoV, but not fully. Clear? Basically, it can interact with human receptor and it is also it can bind with your ACE2 angiotensin converting enzyme and then it can harm the body. Understood? Where it can be harmed intestine, kidney, testis, gallbladder, heart. It basically lowers the blood pressure. Okay, that is why humans body start to get fainted. So this you need to know. Basically, it's a bad coronavirus. First time Saudi Arabia 2011. Moving ahead, let us see what is next. Havana syndrome, very important. Basically, it's a group of mental health symptoms. Havana is related to mental health, remember. But here what happens now? People feel that they are listening some sound, but actually there is no sound, there is no noise. Okay, you can see here it's written that it includes hearing certain sounds without any outside noise. Basically, they are having some mental disturbance, nausea, also vertigo, headaches, memory loss, balance issue. It was first reported in 2016 in the Cuba. Caribbean country. Understood? So this is Havana syndrome. Havana syndrome is related to mental health. Mental health when it gets disturbed. And another thing, what are the symptoms? Hearing of sound which is actually not present, fatigue, headache, etc. And for the first time it was discovered in Cuba in 2016. Clear? Here you can see. Here everything is illusioned. Yeah. Moving ahead, what is next? Multiple sclerosis. Basically, it's a disabling disease of brain, spinal cord, and optic nerve. It disabled. Okay. It tries to damage those nerves that are present in brain, spinal cord, optic nerves. Okay. And basically, in this disease, what happens? The immune system attacks the protective sheath that covers nerve fiber and between your brain and rest of your body. Okay. It can also cause permanent damage or deterioration of the nerves. Remember. See, here it is written damaged neuron, healthy neuron. It is disturbing the neuron basically and it is a kind of disabling disease, multiple sclerosis. Okay, fine. Moving ahead, let us move ahead. What is next for us? That is your ischemic stroke. Okay. It's a brain stroke basically and it's a cerebral ischemia causing something disturbance in the brain which is leading to the stroke. Basically it is caused by a blood clot. Okay, it is caused by a blood clot. So basically it is caused by a blood clot that is blocking a blood vessel in the brain and this is interrupting or reducing the blood from flowing into the brain. if blood is being clotted, you can see here the blood is being clotted here, which will hinder the movement of blood to other parts of the brain. And basically, when blood will not reach, oxygen and nutrients will also not reach, and basically, brain cells starts to then die. Okay, this can be there in your ischemic stroke. Okay, it can be happen because of atherosclerosis also. It is a disease with plaque builds up inside your arteries. Basically, it is covering brain also and your arteries also. Any kind of blood clottage if happens here, it hinders the movement of blood to the body. And if the blood is not moving in the body, oxygen and nutrient is also able to not dispose of, and eventually the cells are getting undernourished and basically they end up. So this is causing your brain hemorrhage or stroke. Clear? So this is everything about ischemic stroke. Next is your main disease. It is also very important. It is caused by parasitic mites. And what are the symptoms? Inflammation, itching, thickness of the skin and hair loss. Okay? And the parasitic mice scabies, we can say that it is also caused by scabies, and that can also cause human scabies. Clear? Basically, this disease, as you can see in the picture, is caused in the animals. Okay? You can see this dog is having Maine disease. You can see hair loss, inflammation is happening, itching, thickening of the skin. And the transmission is by direct contact or by any object which is infected. Next important thing you should remember that humans also can catch this Maine from dogs, which means that this disease can be spread from dogs to humans, but remember it, but mites involved cannot complete their life cycle in human. Okay, as a result, issue can cause some skin irritation in humans, but it does not log. What it is saying, it is saying for the dogs it can be life threatening, but for the humans, when the virus or when the mites, parasite, not virus, sorry, when the parasitic mites or any disease gets spread from the dog to humans, it will there and it will provide very mild symptoms such as itching, and it will go in 1 week. It will not be life threatening for humans, just remember. What are the treatments? Oral also and skin medicine also. Both treatments are there. Clear? Okay. Next important thing is Dare to Retard TB program. Okay, Dare to Retard TB program. Basically, full form is Data Driven Research to Eradicate TB. Okay, Data Driven Research to Eradicate TB. Basically, it's a umbrella TB program for DBT. You can understand here. And this here, there are various components of eliminating TB here. Basically, INTGS will be set up. That is your Indian Tuberculosis Genomic Surveillance Consortium. What it will do? It will monitor the genomic variations in Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This is a bacteria responsible for causing your tuberculosis on regular basis. And another important feature is in TBK Hub Indian. Basically, it's a database of technology and knowledge, and it will include webinar series. Clear? Okay. Moving ahead with the next topic, that is your antimicrobial resistance. Resistance to antimicrobial. Basically, what happens, I am giving you a brief what is there here, you can understand it then. Basically, when bacteria enters our body, it creates some kind of disturbances. Okay. To eradicate those disturbances, doctor prescribes us antibiotics. But what happens if we are taking those antibiotics not so properly, in a very irregular manner, or overdose we are taking of that medicine? Then what happens? Slowly, at some point of time, the medicine won't be able to eliminate the growth of bacteria into your body. बेसिकली दवाई जो है आपकी असर करना बंद कर देगी एक पॉइंट के बाद. तो इससे दिक्कत क्या होगी? आप जितना भी दवाई खा लो, आपकी बॉडी उसमें रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं करेगी. योर बॉडी विल नॉट रिस्पॉन्ड टू द मेडिसिन बिकॉज द बॉडी हैज बीन provided resistance to antimicrobials, antibiotics. So this is a very prevalent disease going on. Okay, we should know about it. You can see a data fact here that in 2019, 1 in every 5 AMR related deaths occur in children under the age of 5. Okay. It includes antibiotics, antiviral, antifungal, antiparasitic medications for treating humans, animals, and plants. Okay. Basically, it is written here. Whatever I have explained to you, the description is written here. You can understand. And which microorganisms are responsible to have to develop AMR in bodies? They are superbugs. Understood? Superbugs. Here is a clear description of what is actually happening. Animals, peoples, everyone is going to the doctor. Okay, he is advising you medicines, you are taking it. But however, when these type of medicines are not taken properly or taken overdose, eventually what's happening? Resistance is coming in your body, which is not able to fight against your bacteria. So this is everything about AMR. Let us move ahead. And next is your CAMP. What is CAMP? The acronym for Common Antibiotic Manufacturing Framework. AMR basically it will provide a common framework for antibiotic manufacturing. It will provide a methodology. It will provide minimum requirements to conduct site evaluation of both micro and macro controls in supply chain. Basically, it will provide how to manufacture antibiotic, etc., how to focus on environment also. Everything will be there in this framework. Clear? So this is everything to know about it. Okay? This was established in year 2018. Remember it. Just a very small fact it was there. CAMP. You can go through it. Next is your bone ossification test. Okay, what is this? Basically, this test is used to determine the age. Okay, in order to fix the criminal liability based on which laws treat person differently from base of the age. Basically, just understand that bone ossification test is used to identify the age of a person. Okay, basically Basically, it is done through X-rays and CT scans. It is written there on the basis of assessment of his or her bony framework done through X-rays and assistance. So, by having these reports, doctors try to estimate the year or the date of birth. Clear? Okay. So, let us move ahead and see what is there. You can see this bone picture is there. It is your age of deteriorating cartilage matrix. This you can see. Slowly, bone is getting bigger and bigger. You can see here. Okay, fine. Next, very important topic, Nipah virus. Basically, it's a zoonotic virus. Zoonotic meaning that it is transferable from animals to humans. As coronavirus is there, coronavirus is also zoonotic, guys. Okay, why? Because it has been transferred from bat to humans. First Nipah virus was caused in Malaysia and Singapore in 1998 and 1999. Okay, it was appeared in domestic pigs, and now dogs, cats, goats, horses, sheep can also be convicted of Nipah virus. How it is transmitted? Transmitted is transmitted to people from animals only, from direct contact or from contaminated food also. Clear? Fruit bats are also considered to be the natural reservoir of the virus. Now, what is symptom? Acute encephalitis and respiratory illness. What is encephalitis? Swelling in the body. Clear? Respiratory illness also is there. You can understand it. How we can prevent? Very important point, I am marking star here, that there are no vaccines for both humans and animals till date. This question, this statement can come in your prelims examination, and I am sure that you will eliminate it by seeing that ma'am here is extreme word no. But this is not the case, guys. Actually, there is no vaccine there. Basically, support care is given against this virus. Understood? Till this point, everything is clear? Show me thumbs up if it is clear. Show me everything is clear or not. Okay. Let us move ahead and see what is next for us. Next is your rice fortification. Basically, fortification means to change. The simple definition dictionary meaning is to change. What is this basically? Why we are changing the rice? Basically to address malnutrition, anemia, micronutrient deficiencies, standard operating procedures of rice are issued. There are many diseases going on, so there needs to be some changes done in your rice so that they are extra nutritious and they are providing with good energy. Okay, basically rice fortification is the process of supplementing rice. Okay, we are giving something addition in the rice with micronutrients such as iron, folic acid and vitamin B12. Clear? So this is your detailed ingredients. If you want to go through it, you can go. Okay, according to FSSAI standard, Food Safety and Security Standards for India, 1 kg of fortified rice should have this much amount of iron, should have this much amount of folic acid and should have this much amount of B12. Clear? So this you need to understand it. Understood guys? Okay. Let us move ahead and see. Next is your polio. Basically, what is polio? Everyone knows what is polio. It's a very potentially deadly virus infectious disease that can affect the nervous system. Okay? There are 3 strands of polio virus 1, 2, and 3. All the 3 strands are identical, same, and they can cause irreversible paralysis or even death. Okay? These are genetic and virological differences which make these strains separate. Okay, which is basically it is saying about these strands only. And you should know that India has completely eradicated polio until now since 10 decades. Since 1 decade, 10 years, there is no polio cases in wild. Okay, very important fact I am telling you. India is very successful in this. Moving ahead, next is your XE variant of coronavirus. Basically, it's a sub-variant of Omicron that caused the third wave of COVID-19. The third wave of COVID-19 was caused by Omicron and one of the variant is XE. Of Omicron variant is XE. This variant was first discovered in United Kingdom in 2022. Okay, and now more than 600 samples have been found. इसके आप देख सकते हैं उसके एक्सी ओमिक्रॉन के भी 2 प्रोमिनेंट सब वेरिएंट्स है BA1, BA2 और BA3 भी अब एक आ गया है. तो प्रीलिम्स के लिए ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि BA1 एंड BA2 किसके वैरायटी है, कोरोना वायरस के वैरायटी किसके हैं, तो ओमिक्रॉन. क्लियर? फाइन. लेट अस मूव अहेड. नेक्स्ट इज योर बर्ड फ्लू. चिकन आपको दिख रहा होगा. बेसिकली इट इज ए काइंड ऑफ virus. It is caused by virus. Which virus is responsible for this bird flu? H3N8. इसको तो रट लेना भैया आप लोग, है ना. H3N8 was sometimes seen in the news recently. Is related to which of the following diseases? A. Coronavirus. B. Bird flu. C. Something else. D. Something else. तो आप लोगों को पता होना चाहिए. सबसे पहला बर्ड फ्लू was discovered in North America in 2002. ठीक है. However, no cases of human transmission were reported till now. मतलब कि zoonotic नहीं है अभी तक. यही बोल सकते हैं ना कि अभी तक zoonotic नहीं है. तो बर्ड फ्लू के बारे में जान लेते हैं. बर्ड फ्लू is also known as avian influenza. Okay, caused by virus adapted to birds. Birds में वायरस होते हैं उसकी वजह से हो जाता है. Basically, they do not infect humans. However, H5N1 and H7N9 cause serious infections in people. ये उसके कुछ वैरायटी है बर्ड फ्लू के, वेरिएंट है. ये पीपल को अफेक्ट किए हैं लेकिन H3N8 ने नहीं किया है. क्लियर? H5N1 जो है, मैंने जो यहाँ पे बोला, this is highly pathogenic and was first infected in humans in 1997. in China. You need to understand it. Clear? Fine. Next is hepatitis. What is hepatitis? It's an inflammation of the liver. Swelling in the liver is caused because of your acute sickness. Okay. What can happen here? Jaundice, fever, vomiting. Okay, this can happen. Sometimes कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि कोई symptoms भी नहीं show करता है hepatitis. So hepatitis, you need to remember that it is related to your liver, and liver swelling happens in hepatitis. Clear? चलिए. Next is your adenoviruses. Basically, adenoviruses ऐसे वायरस होते हैं that are affecting your lining of the eyes, airways, lungs, intestine, urinary tract and nervous system. Symptoms देख लीजिए. फीवर है, रेस्पिरेटरी इलनेस है, गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइन है, कंजक्टिवाइटिस है. ओके. अब वल्नरेबिलिटी जो है वो चिल्ड्रन में ज्यादा है एज कंपेयर टू अडल्ट. मतलब बच्चों में ज्यादा हो रहा है एज कंपेयर टू अडल्ट. ऐसा नहीं कि बड़ों में नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं, दोनों में हो रहा है. लेकिन इफ वी कंपेयर, देन किड्स आर infected more. What are the types? Basically there are many types. Okay, there are many types. तो आप लोगों को ये भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. ट्रांसमिशन कैसे हो रहा है? फ्रॉम वन पर्सन टू अनदर थ्रू सर्फेसेस हो रहा है, क्लोज कॉन्टैक्ट्स एंड रेस्पिरेटरी ड्रॉपलेट्स. ट्रीटमेंट बहुत ही कम, मतलब ये ऐसा इन्फेक्शन है जो उतना सीरियस थ्रेट नहीं पोज करता है. दे कैन गेट बेटर ऑन देयर ओन. क्लियर? ओके. So you need to understand about this adenoviruses. Let us move ahead. यहाँ पे हमारे पास बहुत सारे टॉपिक हैं, इसीलिए इसको फटाफट से करते जाएंगे तो आपका फुल कंसंट्रेशन इधर होना चाहिए. Next is your Shigella bacteria. Basically, Shigella bacteria is a type of bacteria that is causing a disease known shigellosis. Okay, and this is the second leading cause of diarrhea आफ्टर रोटा वायरस. मतलब कि यहाँ पे हमको दो फैक्ट मिले. डायरिया के लिए सबसे बड़ा कौन है सोर्स? रोटा वायरस. वन इज वायरस एंड सेकेंड इज शिगेला बैक्टीरिया. एंड द थर्ड लीडिंग कॉज ऑफ डेथ इन चिल्ड्रन अंडर द एज ऑफ 5. सिम्टम्स obviously diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps. They can last for 7 days. Transmission through contaminated food or water to person contact भी हो सकता है. It's a disease of poor and crowded communities that do not have adequate sanitation or safe water. इसीलिए बोला जाता है have clean water या be in hygienic area. Incubation period मतलब कि कितने समय तक बैक्टीरिया एक्टिव रह सकता है? to 1 to 4 years. डिफरेंट स्पीशीज हैं. डिफरेंट स्पीशीज जैसे पहला है शिगेला डिसेंटेरिया, ये अलग इन्फेक्शन है. शिगेला बोइडी एंड शिगेला सुनी, दैट इज योर अलग. You need to remember the last point that there are no presently vaccines available for shigellosis. तो मतलब कि शिगेलोसिस जो है ये एक तरह का डायरिया कॉजिंग बैक्टीरिया है. सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट सोर्स ऑफ डायरिया कॉजिंग बैक्टीरिया. समझ में आ गया? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं, आगे देखते हैं आगे क्या है. नेक्स्ट इज योर वेस्ट नाइल वायरस. ओके, वेस्ट नाइल as the word says, Nile river कहाँ है? Where is Nile river? Nile river is in Africa. Okay, let us see what is this virus about. It's a member of flavivirus genus and belongs to the Japanese encephalitis antigenus complex of the family. Clear? Single stranded RNA virus है, यही statement पूछता है prelims में. Double stranded है, single stranded है. This was first isolated in a woman in West Nile district of Uganda in 1937. Common found Africa, Europe, Middle East, North America, West Asia. और vector Culex species of mosquito. Vector मतलब कि vector are those intermediaries that जो diseases को transfer करते हैं from one place to another. जैसे mosquito एक vector है. Clear? तो you can see here. This is the transmission cycle of West Nile virus. How it is basically the cycle, how it is going on from bird to bird, from bird to mosquito and mosquito to bird. Everything is getting infected. Clear? Okay. Next is sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. Okay, short form देखें तो SIDS बोल सकते हैं ना. Yeah. Basically, it is also known as crib death. Why? Because they are often die in cribs. ठीक है, समझ में आया. इसको हम crib death भी बोलते हैं क्योंकि जो छोटे बच्चे इन्फेंट हैं वो क्रिब्स में ही मर जाते हैं. ओके, क्रिब्स क्या होता है? मतलब वो जब जो छोटे बच्चे होते हैं उनके लिए छोटे से बेड नहीं होते हैं, मतलब एकदम न्यूली बॉर्न बेबी के लिए जो रहता है फॉर देयर स्लीपिंग पर्पस, दैट इज योर क्रिब. ओके, फाइन. बेसिकली ये जो आपका यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है BCHE, ब्यूटाइल क्लोरीनेस्टेरेस, ये एक तरह का एंजाइम है दैट प्लेज ए मेजर रोल इन ब्रेन्स अराउजल. ब्रेन को एक्टिव रखने के लिए ये वाला जो एक एंजाइम है दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. बेबीज हु लिव विद स्मोकर्स हैव ए हाई रिस्क ऑफ सिड्स, मतलब कि सिगरेट स्मोकिंग से इनको दिक्कत हो सकती है. तो सिड्स में ये सब दिक्कतें हैं. ओके. ड्यूरिंग प्रेगनेंसी द मदर आल्सो अफेक्ट्स हर बेबीज रिस्क ऑफ सिड्स स्पेशली व्हेन शी इज यंगर. अगर विमेन की शादी बिलो 20 इयर्स हो रही है, इफ दैट बेबी इज एक्सपोज टू सिगरेट, ड्रग्स, अल्कोहल, ठीक है, तो जिनको और ऐसे बच्चे जिनको प्री नाटल केयर प्रॉपरली नहीं मिल पा रही है, दैट बेबीज कैन बी affected from SIDS. Clear? Fine. Next is tomato flu. ठीक है. Basically it's a viral disease. Okay. Why it is named as tomato? Because there are red blisters in the hand. You can see here, I am zooming the image. You can see in this hand many red blisters are there. Can you see? Red small blisters have been coming here. Okay, 1 minute, I am showing you. Yeah, now see how many small red blisters have aroused here. So this is your tomato flu. Let us understand basically what is it. So tomato flu एक तरह का वायरल डिजीज है. You need to know. This is affecting children below the age of 5. 5 साल से कम बच्चों की उम्र वाले जो चिल्ड्रन है, बच्चे हैं, उनको ये इफेक्ट कर रहा है. It's a self-limiting infectious disease and the signs and system resolve. अपने आप ही ठीक हो जाता है ये कुछ दिनों में, ये बोलने का मतलब है. क्या क्या चीजें हो रही है? सिम्टम माइल्ड फीवर, लॉस ऑफ एपेटाइट, मलेज एंड ओकेजनली अ सोर थ्रोट. ओके. रेड स्पॉट्स अपीयर, चेंज टू ब्लिस्टर्स व्हेन एंड देन टू अल्सर. मतलब ये इतने घातक है कि पहले तो आपको रेड कलर के डॉट्स दिखेंगे बस, उसके बाद ये ब्लिस्टर्स में बदल जाएंगे एंड देन टू अल्सर. क्लियर? ओके. Next is your monkeypox. What is monkeypox? It is a viral zoonosis. Again, it is zoonosis which means transferring from animals to humans. And symptoms is similar to those seen in smallpox patient. Okay? And it is clinically less severe. However, these type of effects you can see in your body. Clear? You can see in your body. Basically, it occurs in Central and West Africa and close proximity to tropical rainforest you can see. And what are the animals or what are the hosts which is transferring the disease? Rodents and non-human primates. These basically are mainly responsible for transfer of the monkeypox. Mostly similar to the smallpox you can see. Fine? Okay. Moving ahead with the next topic, that is your epilepsy. What is this? Basically, epilepsy is a central nervous system disorder in which brain activities become abnormal, causing seizures or periods of unusual behavior, sensations and sometimes loss of awareness. ये भी एक तरह का mental problem है. देखिए, अभी mental problems जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा उभर के आने लगे हैं because of huge amount of stress people are facing in their lives. So that is why all the diseases and all the problems जो भी न्यूज में ब्रेन से रिलेटेड आ रहे हैं उसको तो आपको अच्छे से करके जाना ही है. पूछ सकता है एपिलेप्सी किस से रिलेटेड है, ब्रेन, किडनी, लिवर, इंटेस्टाइन, तो आपको you should be able to come out with the answer. Anyone can develop epilepsy. both female, male, all races, ethnic backgrounds, anyone. अलग अलग सिम्टम अलग अलग लोगों में हो सकते हैं, किसी में बहुत कम सिम्टम हो सकता है, किसी में बहुत ज्यादा सिम्टम हो सकता है. ओके, so you need to understand it. Okay, moving ahead, next is your PK2 molecule. Basically, what is it? PK2 molecule, it is able to trigger the release of insulin by the pancreas and can potentially be used as an orally administered medicine of diabetes. मतलब कि एक नया invention हुआ है. That invention is for diabetic people for their medicines. Okay. PK2 has a very good solubility. That is why it is used, and it is rapidly absorbed by the gastrointestinal tract also, and so it can be used as oral medical rather than injection. मतलब कि अभी जो है without giving injection we can still have diabetic medicines using PK2 molecule. Okay, understood? And this is for both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Remember it. Fine. Let us move ahead and see what is next. Next is your angiotensin converting enzyme 2, ACE2. Okay. Basically, ACE2 is discovered as homolog of ACE. It's a type of enzyme basically. Okay. And it is where it is located. It is located on the surface of endothelial and other cell. It is there in the cell only. Okay, it is there in the cell only. Okay. Finally, basically hydrolyze a number of other physiological substrates. You can understand it. And it can also act as a receptor for the severe acute respiratory syndrome virus. Okay. It can also act as a receptor severe acute respiratory syndrome virus, ACE2. Clear, guys? Okay, till this point everything is clear. Okay, so next topic is our lumpy skin diseases. Okay, lumpy skin diseases. Let us see what is this. Here you can see it's a cow, and this cow is having some lumps in her body. Okay, so this is only lumpy skin disease. Basically, it's a viral disease that affects the cattle. Okay, it's a viral disease affecting cattle. How it is transmitted? Transmit हो रहा है by blood feeding insects. Okay, blood feeding insects की वजह से हो रहा है, such as your flies, mosquitoes, ticks, etc. And what are the symptoms basically? Fever. Okay, nodules on the skin we can see here. Clear? How we can control them? By providing vaccinations या तो फिर culling of infected animals. Culling means killing. Okay, या दो तरह से हम इनको प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. क्लियर हो गया? चलिए, बेसिकली इट कैन लीड टू सिग्निफिकेंट इकोनॉमिक लॉस. Obviously, cattle are providing much economic benefits also, but when they are now having so much of disease, they will not be able to give out the profit. तो उसकी वजह से जो है आपको इकोनॉमिक लॉस भी फेस करने को मिल सकता है. Next topic is your Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. You can see here this picture, and now I am explaining you basically what is happening. It happens when a single outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ear. One of एक साइड के ईयर से आपका फेशियल नर्व डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है. ठीक है, ये है आपका रैम्से हंट सिंड्रोम. साथ ही साथ में बेसिकली इट कैन ऑल्सो कॉज फेशियल पैरालिसिस, हियरिंग लॉस भी हो सकता है. ओके, एंड it is caused by the same virus. That virus is responsible for your chicken pox. जो वायरस चिकन पॉक्स का कारण है वही वायरस रैम्से सिंड्रोम का भी कारण है. क्लियर? तो बेसिकली ये आपके फेशियल नर्व्स को इफेक्ट करती है. ट्रीटमेंट क्या है? ट्रीटमेंट इज योर हैविंग योर मेडिकेशंस हुआ. ओके, and everything about it. You can see how this face has been paralyzed, rashes, facial nerves, facial paralysis. This is your Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. Clear? Okay. Next is very important, dostarlimab. This can be asked in your exam that this word is related to what, or this medicine provide immunity to what. Basically, it is an injection. Okay, it's an injection for what? For treating endometrial cancer. What is endometrial cancer? Basically, it happens in the lining of the uterus. Okay, so that is your dostarlimab. It is also used to treat certain types of tumors also. Okay, tumors also basically. And this injection is in a class of medications called monoclonal antibodies. How it is working? It is working by blocking the action of a certain protein in cancer cell. एक तरह के प्रोटीन को ब्लॉक कर देता है तो वो फैलना बंद हो जाता है. ठीक है, कैंसर स्प्रेड्स, जो कैंसर का स्प्रेड है वो कम हो जाता है. So this is helping the person's immune system to fight against cancer cells and helps the slow tumor growth. Okay, to slow down the speed of the tumor growth, this injection is being given. Remember it. Next is your Epstein-Barr virus. Basically, it is also known as human Epstein virus 4. It is from the family of herpes virus family. Most common human virus and it is found all over the world. Okay. Basically, mostly they people are affected by this, okay, through fluids, saliva, etc. And it can also cause infectious mononucleosis, also called as mono and other illness. Okay, mild type of virus found everywhere in the world, and one point of time every people must have been suffered by this virus. Okay. Next is Marburg virus disease, MVD. It's a rare but severe hemorrhagic fever related to brain, which affects both people and non-human primates. Hemorrhagic fever related to brain, remember it, basically caused by Marburg virus, which is zoonotic. Again, zoonotic. Okay, and this virus is belong from filovirus family, remember it, and the 6 species of Ebola virus are only other known members of filovirus family. Filovirus family includes the Ebola virus also and your Marburg virus also. Understood? Okay. Next is your oncolytic virotherapy. It's a type of immunotherapy which is using viruses to infect and destroy cancer cells. Remember it. It is making the use of virus and then it is through that virus they are destroying the cancer cells. Understood? Fine. Now basically what is happening, about virus it is written there. See, this is your oncolytic virus therapy. Normal cell viral application blocked and this becomes your free. Tumor cell you can see here, this is your cancer specific cell. Virus is being replicated and then virus is being spread. But here what we have done, using oncolytic virotherapy, we have immunized and we have blocked so that cancer cell is being destroyed. Okay. Basically, what are virus? They are those particles that infect or enter our cells and then use the cell's genetic machinery to make copies subsequently. Okay. So, virus copies themselves in our body and we can understand it. And it can also cause the development of cancers, hepatitis B virus is responsible for the liver cancer. Remember it, HPV. Human papilloma virus responsible for cervical cancer. Clear? So this is a good type of therapy which can be used to stop the blood, destroy the cancer cells. Next, again one type of medicine, that is your clofazimine. Okay, this is taken with other medicines to treat the form of leprosy. Leprosy. What is leprosy? Leprosy is a disease and it is, the other name is Hansen disease also. Okay, and this clofazimine has provided a very good result. And what is your leprosy? It's a very serious and contagious disease in your happening in your body where your skin bump starts, rashes comes, numbness comes, muscle weakness arises, and it can also affect body organs as well. Clear? The medicine is only available with your doctor's prescription. It is not like paracetamol or dolo. Okay, that you are going to the medicine shop, and you are saying please give, and he is giving. No. You need to have a doctor's prescription required for this medicine. Very good question. Statement question for prelims examination. Next is your visceral leishmaniasis or kala azar. We have already learned about it. This disease is always in news from last 5 to 6 years. Okay. Basically, out of 633 Kala Azar endemic blocks, 625 has achieved elimination target last year. What is this Kala Azar? It's a non-tropical disease caused by protozoa parasite of genus Leishmania, and it is spread by sandflies bite, and second deadliest parasitic disease in the world after malaria. After malaria, what comes? Kala Azar in terms of parasitic diseases. It affects spleen, liver, bone marrow. Okay. In India, it is endemic to Bihar, Jharkhand, UP, and West Bengal. You can see this picture of a boy. How his body has become because of your leishmaniasis. Okay. Fine. Next is hand, foot, and mouth disease. Acronym to HFMD. It is a highly contagious infection. Again, it is common to the children under age of 5. How it is caused? By a virus named Coxsackie virus. You can see here Coxsackie virus. This virus is responsible for causing hand, foot, and mouth disease. Okay, and this hand Coxsackie virus belong to polio viruses, non-polio viruses. How they are transmitted? From person to person through direct contact with unwashed hands, fish surface contaminated with feces, okay, and also by direct with person saliva, stool, or respiratory symptoms. What are the symptoms? You can see rashes, fever, mouth sores, skin disease, etc. And mostly hand, foot, and mouth are infected, as the name says. Clear? Okay. Next is Ebola virus disease. Earlier, it was also known as Ebola hemorrhagic fever. First case came in Guinea in 2016. Now try to search in the map where is Guinea. Okay. Then it started to spread neighboring states, Liberia, Sierra Leone. Okay. And these all are responsible for your Ebola virus. You can see here. Okay. Fine. Next is Legionnaires disease. It is also very important. This was discovered after an outbreak in 1976 among people who went to Philadelphia Convention of America Legion. What type of disease it is? It is a type of serious pneumonia caused by Legionella bacteria. Remember, this is not caused by virus but bacteria, and Legionella bacteria causing pneumonia. Okay. People can get sick when they breathe in small droplets of water containing Legionella in their cell. Okay. So this you need to know. Generally, people do not spread from one disease to another people. This is also very important fact. This is type of a non-communicable disease basically. Okay. Causing pneumonia, congestion in the chest, difficulty in breathing, and it gets severe, patients can die also. Next is Alzheimer's disease. Again, it is very important. Alzheimer, we all know that it is a neurological disorder. In this, what happens basically, brain cell degenerates and they die. Okay, cells are degenerating and dying. They causes loss of memory, problems with speaking, writing, okay, changes in mood and personality, etc. Basically, it's a most common cause of dementia among the adults. You can understand it. This is also important that one of the protein involved in this disease is amyloid, okay, which forms a plague around the brain cell, and other protein is tau. This can be asked that amyloid and tau protein was in recently in news belong to which disease. So this you need to know. And also this is an incurable disease as the death of brain cell cannot be reversed. We cannot reverse the brain cells that have been died. Women have a high risk of Alzheimer's than men. Treatment, there is currently no cure treatment for Alzheimer. Remember it. This is your normal brain on the left side. This is your Alzheimer's brain. You can see how the cells and the cell wall is getting shrinked of the brain. You can see here how these are getting shrinked and the size are getting very much small. Okay, so this is your Alzheimer's disease. Next is your Lassa fever. This is also very important. Again, this is zoonotic disease but endemic to parts of Western Africa. Just here side. Okay, this is your Africa and here it is concentrated. By Lassa virus, the member of Arinaviridae family, remember it, transmission through urine, dropping of infected multimate rats. Okay, because of that they are having. They spread human to human contact with tissue, blood, body fluid secretions, etc. Which means it is communicable. What is the fatality rate, guys? Fatality rate, it is very high and can reach 80% at times. There is no current vaccine approved. Remember it. तो how it is being treated? क्या चीजें यूज हो रही है ट्रीटमेंट के लिए? Antiviral drug named ribavirin. Very important name. Ribavirin. However, this use has not a licensed treatment, but although people are using for this fever. Next is Fairbank disease. Okay, basically it's a rare genetic disorder. What happens here? Here bones are not getting developed. The growing ends of the bones is being affected. Clear? Basically, bones usually elongate by process that involves the depositing of cartilage at the end of the bones called ossification. But this process stopped, okay, because of the disease and the bones are not being developed properly. Understood? Basically, very painful it is, so that is why patients are required pain management of pain, orthopedic procedures for their movement. Okay, otherwise how they will move with such a disturbed leg. Okay, so you can see here. Next is your immunosensor for Japanese encephalitis virus. Japanese encephalitis virus, we have already discussed it. Swelling happens, okay, inflammation happens. One immunosensor have been developed. What they have been doing here? By fabricating fluorine doped tin oxide electrodes with reduced graphene oxide, okay, this together has came and they will provide a sensitive and specific detection of NS1 secretory protein. Okay, basically this will help in treatment of your Japanese encephalitis virus. Understood? This is basically based on nano material, nano application, and it is very important for you to understand. Next is your human immunodeficiency virus. Basically, as the word itself says, that it is defecting your human immune system by destroying the body's immune cell called CD4. Okay, so you need to remember it. Till this point, everything is clear. Tell me that you are with me. Clear? Any doubt? If there is any doubt, please comment. Okay. Moving ahead, let us see what is your immunodeficiency virus. Basically, the immune cell which is responsible for giving us energy, that are known as CD4, and these are now they have been disturbed. Clear? Bodily fluids such as blood, semen, vaginal fluid, etc. can be also source of spread of disease from one person to another. In 2013, women from US was diagnosed with HIV. What she was received for the cure? The antiviral drugs to keep her virus level low. And then 4 years later, she was diagnosed with leukemia, cancer, blood cancer. Okay, basically this is thing. Okay, yeah. So this is your human immunodeficiency virus. Clear? Let us move ahead. Next is your aneurysm. Basically, what is aneurysm? In this, swelling of the arteries happens. Okay, and it is caused by weakening of the walls. Fine, and it gets ruptured. Basically, when swelling is happening, you can see it is getting ruptured and bleeding comes out. Clear? And finally, heart attack or stroke can happen. Okay, so this is your aneurysm. Blood vessels of the brain and heart are the most common locations to get seriously affected. Swelling happens and then swelling is not able to tolerate the blood, and basically because of the huge pressure, okay, that it gets burst out. Fine. This swelling can be of two types. Either the complete blood vessel is swollen or a specific side of blood vessel can bulge. Either the whole part is swollen or just a single part is swollen. Understood? Fine. This is your aneurysm. Next is ART Act of 2021. Very important. Assisted Reproductive Technology Act of 2021. What is this? Basically, this is the act that defines art to include all the techniques, okay, that is seeking to obtain a pregnancy by handling the sperm of the oocyte outside the human body and transferring the gamete or embryo into the reproductive system of a woman. Clear? Basically, art refers to assisted reproductive technology. The couples who are not able to bear a child can go to have a child using art technology, where reproduction basically is happening by mixed external and internal environment. It proposes the establishment of National Registry and Registration Authority for all clinics and medical professionals. Clear? And next is child which is born through this technology deemed to be biological child of the commissioning couple and will entitled to be all the rights and privileges will be given available to the natural child. बेसिकली बोला ये जा रहा है कि इस टेक्नोलॉजी से जो भी बच्चे रिप्रोड्यूस हो रहे हैं उनको वही राइट्स मिलेंगे जो नेचुरल बच्चे को मिलते आ रही हैं, कोई चेंजेस नहीं है. This act also introduced stringent punishment, okay, those who are practicing sex selection, sale of human embryos or gametes, running agency rackets, and etc. So this act is very important. You need to remember it. Next, strategy. Pen plus strategy. Very important. Just 1 to 2 topics are more left in your science and technology, and then we will wind up the class. Basically, pen plus technology is a regional strategy to address which type of disease? Severe non-communicable diseases at first level. Okay, first level referral health facilities, and it is aimed at bridging the access gap into treatment and care of patients with chronic and severe non-communicable disease. Basically, it's a strategy जो किस पे फोकस करेगी? नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजीजेस पे फोकस करेगी. उसको कैसे हटाया जा सकता है, उसको कैसे मैनेज किया जा सकता है. ठीक है. इट ऑल्सो अर्जेस कंट्रीज टू पुट इन प्लेस स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड प्रोग्राम्स को भी to tackle chronic and serious non-communicable diseases. Understood? Very easy. So pen plus strategy was recently in news. Related to what? Your virus, coronavirus, your leishmania disease, your encephalitis, or your non-communicable disease. Clear? Next, and the last topic for your science and technology is your negative ion technology. This is your emerging technology basically. Basically, negative ion is a marketing term which is used to describe the process of embedding negative ions in personal products such as wristband, pendants and tape. नेगेटिव आयन जो है वो हमारे पर्सनल प्रोडक्ट्स में इंक्लूड मतलब उसमें लगा हुआ रहता है. पर्सनल प्रोडक्ट्स का मतलब जैसे रिस्ट बैंड हुआ, पेंडेंट्स हुआ, टेप हुआ. ओके, बेसिकली क्लेम्स जो बोले गए हैं, द क्लेम्स मेड अबाउट द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि वो हेल्थ को मेंटेन कर रहा है, बैलेंस कर रहा है एनर्जी, वो साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन नहीं है. ठीक है, साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन नहीं है और बल्कि उससे ऐसा हो सकता है कि हमको नेगेटिव रेडिएशन से एक्सपोजर हो जाए. आजकल एवरीवन इज यूजिंग स्मार्ट वॉच, रिस्ट बैंड, फिटनेस बैंड, पेंडेंट्स जिसमें जो है नेगेटिव आयंस रहते हैं. But however, there are chances that those negative ions are producing harmful radiations to the human body, which can be very dangerous. समझ में आ रही है आपको क्या बोला मैंने? ठीक है. So this is your negative ion technology, which is in news. तो आप लोगों को पूछा जा सकता है कि नेगेटिव आयन टेक्नोलॉजी इज गुड. तो आप लोग अब समझ जाइएगा कि आपको किस तरह से यू नीड टू टैकल द आंसर. So with this we have completed our remaining science and technology जो हमारा health and diseases बचा था. अब इसी साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी में एक डिफेंस पार्ट भी आता है जो मैंने आईआर के लेक्चर में कवर किया है. तो स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव नॉट वॉच्ड द आईआर लेक्चर प्लीज गो एंड वॉच इट. एंड ऑल्सो मैपिंग इज ऑल्सो देयर, दैट इज ऑल्सो इन वन गो. वो भी आप लोग देख सकते हैं. दैट विल बी वेरी बेनिफिशियल. ठीक है. एंड थैंक्स फॉर योर पेशेंस एंड योर मोटिवेशन. फीडबैक देते रहिए आप हमें. और वी आर ऑल्सो थिंकिंग टू कम आउट विथ इकोनॉमी एंड इन्वायरमेंट. And if you are liking our initiative, do share and comment and keep watching.